Hey everybody. All right, we are going to look at faces and face proportions today. What I'm drawing now is maybe something that you guys have seen before. It's a little smiley face, and so I want to think about this as a way that a lot of people do draw human faces. And I want for us to think about, okay, how can we change it to make this more realistic? Okay, I am going to draw a picture of a head that is not really anybody's head in particular. I'm not looking at a picture for reference right now. What I'm just trying to show you all is how to set up a face in like correct proportion. All right, so this is the top of the head, and I think a fun fact about art and artists is that a lot of times people would actually study bones and muscles. So if you're thinking about the shape of the top of the head, think about the shape of the skull, and that will allow you to create the correct curve. I have also placed a line kind of at the bottom to tell me where the chin is going to be. It's like at the lowest point and is pretty centered. What I'm going to do is I'm going to draw the face so that I can see a little bit of where information about where the cheek is. And I'm finishing on the side. I am also, just for the sake of trying to do a good job without just drawing one line, sort of making my line a lot rougher. And just for me personally, that is sometimes a way to help make things faster and more accurate. But I don't know if that is for everybody or just for me, but I just want to put that out there. All right, so at this point, I'm going to edit this jaw line because it looks a little bit too straight. I want them to be a bit more, I think, similar on both sides. So maybe I'll go ahead and fix the whole thing. All right, but with your human face, what you want to think of is like, all right, well, how can I check if this line is correct? Think about how the skull looks. Okay, so I have a little head here. Great. Now, what I'm going to do is actually make some indications on the side. So we have the top of our head here, right at the bottom here. In theory, the eyes are going to go at about the halfway point. And so on this face, like our natural instinct when we're drawing might be to have the eyes pretty high up on the head. But in fact, we want to see them actually in the middle. And so let's see, how do I put those in? Also, one thing about the eyes that I want for y'all to know is that if you divide your face into 5 equal portions, and I'm just estimating right now, what we want to see pretty much is that the eyes will fill up the spaces between here and here, okay? And when I draw eyes, I find that it's easier to, like, I think what happens to a lot of people is they'll draw one eye really well, and then they're like, oh, Miss Loftus, I can't draw the other eye. And I've been there. So what I think the reason for that is because of the way that your hand is built. And what I would suggest in order to correct that would be to just move your paper so that your hand is moving consistently. For your eyes, you want to have 2 kind of almond shapes, and this is just a general nobody's face. And then for when you're drawing the inside of the eyes, you want to see that the iris is taking up most of the space in the space that's open. Okay, you can draw your pupils there if you like. And okay, let's think about eyelashes. Like maybe you have some of these drawn in. When I draw hair or features like eyelashes, what I want to do is just represent each like individual one at a time. Again, I'm moving my pencil so that moving my paper so that my hand can move in the right direction. I will also do this for eyebrows, and so I have been drawing eyebrows like this for a long time, just kind of starting out with a long line and just kind of curve it backwards. I can do the same thing over here. When you are going to work on your self-portrait, what you will want to do is to really be able to like draw the shape of your own eyebrows. And I think a lot of us will not have eyebrows that are actually this shape, and that's okay. This is just how I'm drawing them. Okay. For your nose, oh, actually, sorry. I wanted to just make a reminder about the eyes are between like sections, I call them 2 and 4, but like, just to let you know that there should be an even amount of space between, like to the side of the face, between the eyes and off the edge. Okay. For the nose, what you want to see is that it's about halfway between the bottom of the nose. It should be about halfway between the bottom of the eyes and the bottom of the chin. When I draw noses, because they're so strange, you know, they're just like these big chunks of flesh on our faces, but they don't actually have a lot of lines. The place that you'll see the most lines is at the bottom. So when I'm drawing noses, usually I will just have a little, I don't know, to show the bottom of the nose, don't know how to say that. And I'll just kind of continue the line over to show where the nostril is. I think that most people, you can see at least a little bit of their nostrils from when they're looking frontward. So, okay, so I have that sort of shape. And then I will also just add a little line on the outside to show that the edge of the nose is there. Okay. If you are interested in like having a line going vertically, that's up to you. I do not put them in because I always think it looks kind of strange. So anyways, but I just wanted to say, if you do like a line in your nose, then you're welcome to put it there. All right. What we're going to do now is we're going to place the mouth, which is the middle of the mouth is going to be about halfway between the bottom of the nose and the chin. So we have half, okay, another half, another half. So I think that's kind of a convenient way to like remember just about the positioning of the features. Okay, so for the mouth, I will again turn my paper to the sideways eventually, but I do also want to say that if you are to decide how wide or narrow your mouth should be, generally what you're going to be able to do is to extend the mouth to like how wide the pupils are, and so that means it just like everything is being built in proportion. So for the mouth, most people will have some sort of like bump in the lip, on the top lip, and I'm actually drawing the line that's in between the lips right now, not the top. So anyways, but I just wanted to mention that when you're drawing the lines that are connecting the facial features, you want to just make sure that you're placing them correctly. All right, so I have this line that's just like showing where my lips are meeting. I can go ahead and erase these sort of guidelines and say, all right, well, let me see, how can I improve this? What I will do is actually just take that. I'm also going to draw this, it's called a Cupid's bow at the top, and I'm going to draw this like that. All right, now again, these are lips that I have been drawing for a long time. They're not necessarily based on anybody, but okay, this is the face that I have created so far. My features are in proportion. My eyes, again, are about halfway. The nose is about halfway between the eyes and the mouth, so let's call that 3/4. The mouth is about halfway between the nose and the chin, so we'll call that 7/8. Okay, now, the main thing that I am missing is hair. I don't think I want to talk to you about hair today. What I want is just to see that you have created this facial structure.